Hello and welcome to Soul Symbols. My name is Shelley. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Today you get to see my face, which is a rare occurrence, but I am participating in the 31 Days of Tarot, and today is day 6, which is, the question is, what tarot and oracle decks are you anticipating in the year 2020? And because this is an anticipation, so I'm mostly not going to have any decks to show you except for images that are, posted for public display. So I'm going to go ahead and do a front-facing video today. So I'm a little nervous. I normally don't mind showing you my hands, so I get to show you my face. Hello. And but yes, I'm keeping it kind of casual. This is actually the uniform that I normally wear when I'm throwing your cards. I hope you don't mind. You do also get glasses, girl, because old age. Don't let it happen to you. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. I did have 5 top tarot and oracle. Before we get started, I just want to say that I am so grateful for, the opportunity to talk about the decks that I use. I try to be very respectful of both the artists and the publishers. It is someone's intellectual property. It is a rare thing that because you are a tarot reader, you use these cards as tools, but definitely the intention is just to, to display the tools that I use. It is not meant to infringe, and anything that I display or show today are going to be very thumbnail images. They are just to be, to say, okay, this is the item that I'm talking about. This is what I'm anticipating. And I do, list all of the descriptions of the names, the authors, the artists, and everything in the description box below. So we'll go ahead and get started. And the number 1 top deck that I am waiting for in 2020 is a deck called a Jane Austen Tarot deck by Jacqui, Oakley. And I just was Googling this because you've probably seen in my previous videos, I have a tarot of Jane Austen deck, and I absolutely love it. It just speaks to me. And this deck is actually anticipated to be an oracle. So I'm assuming it says that it's tarot, but there's not enough. I think it says it's a 58 card deck. So it's not, I don't think it's meant to be like a traditional tarot would be 78 cards. And the fact that it mentions being oracle or for divination purposes, I think there's probably going to be like a mix of probably suits and situations. Now, the one thing that I love about any tarot deck or any deck that is based on a book series or a TV series, what's really important to me is that the basis that the cards are being based on has enough subject matter to actually make it relevant. And definitely Jane Austen, just using the Jane Austen deck that I have, has more than enough material for that. So I'm very excited to see. This is actually, so the Jane Austen Tarot by Jacqui Oakley is one of 2 decks that are going to be coming out this year that is based on Jane Austen. Now, the thumbnail that you see when you go to pre-order, and just about all of these decks can be either pre-ordered on Amazon or on Etsy, and again, all the details are in the description box. But the thumbnail just kind of shows the cover of the deck. I wasn't sure about the artwork, and to be honest, I'm not one of those persons who just pre-orders a deck sight unseen. So I did Google a little bit of the keyword of Jacqui Oakley, and I do see that she does kind of have that watercolor kind of pen and ink, and I think I am going to like this deck, so I did go ahead and pre-order it just because from what I saw, and again, all respect to the artist, this is just to kind of get an idea. It is definitely helpful. I definitely don't think that, if the publisher chooses to put some kind of thumbnails, you can definitely keep it small resolution. I've got the glasses on. They're not trifocals yet, but almost there. But I do kind of, it is helpful for us as buyers to at least get some kind of idea. The cover's great, but you know. So I did kind of Google and saw a few images. I'm assuming that this oracle is going to be similar. I don't know for certain because there's been no formal thumbnails of that deck released, but I'm assuming it's going to be similar, and it looks like it's going to be less than a traditional tarot deck, but it would also include oracle or other situational cards. And it being Jane Austen, I think it's going to be excellent. It's going to be released in March of 2020. So on to the second one. The second one is the Cosmic Cycles Tarot deck. It is issued by Martina Razo, and the artwork is by Miriam E.G. And this one is just very interesting. There's been a lot of buzz in the community about it. The artwork, from what I understand, the artist, it works for or has had previous resume work with a few very huge animation companies, and so the decks just look very real. It is kind of like that. It is kind of cartoon, but it's real world. From the images that I've seen, and again, I'm just looking at thumbnails. This is, just to get an idea, before I put my buying dollar towards something, I do like to know that I'm going to like at least 2/3 of the deck. I don't like to just purchase and return. But from the look of it, I've seen the Three of Cups. I've seen the Fool. It looks like a very modern version, and kind of like the Slow Tarot, but in a little bit more of a softer feel. And then they do have images that are very modern in the sense that, they are, of the modern age, where you will see, same-sex couples and other things like that, which is as a respect to that new interpretation of the tarot. So I do like to know whether or not a deck contains those kind of elements before I buy, and from what I can see, it looks really cool. The jury's still out. I'm not sure because I do have a lot of decks and I'm trying to budget a little bit, but I'm excited, and I'm going to probably wait until I actually think that's a print to order deck that you order on Etsy. So if you just order it, it's created at the time that you order it. So you could order it now. But I am excited about that one. That seems like a really fun one. Now, the third one is another Jane Austen one, and this one I am excited about. This one is complete word of mouth. I have absolutely no images on it, but I probably will buy this sight unseen just because it is coming out. It is the Jane Austen Lenormand and Oracle, and it is by Diane Wilkes, who is the author of the book of the Tarot of Jane Austen, and I had the pleasure of meeting her at my tarot retreat, and she is wonderful. Also, and I think the artwork is by Carrie, and I understand that the debut of it is coming out around March, April. I'm not sure if it'll be available for sale, but if it has Lenormand elements, I'm just stupid excited, because at this point I have a Jane Austen tarot that's vintage, an oracle that's coming out by Jacqui Oakley, and then this would be like a Lenormand-based Jane Austen, and in that case, my world is just complete. The trifecta is we have all three corners there with Oracle Tarot and Lenormand, and I would make room on my bookshelf. I would sell stuff to make sure that there was room. So I'm excited about that. I don't have any images for that, but I believe that it'll be around March and April, and if I get some more information, I will let you know in my readings. Now, the fourth one is one that I'm also debating about. Just like the Cosmic Cycles, I'm kind of determining whether or not I'm going to go with this one, but it's the Darkwood Tarot, and it is by Sasha Graham and Abigail Larson, and the artwork on this is really quite neat. It's a little bit darker. The images are a little bit more avant-garde, but again, it's more of the kind of digital art kind of, and the feel of it is really, really nice. I think it's going to be one of those decks. I don't really gravitate towards really edgy decks too much, but this one, from the images that I've seen, it walks the line so well that I would potentially be very interested in it. I'm curious. I'm kind of going to wait until it comes out, and it is going to debut in June of 2020, but after it comes out, I may kind of look at the reviews, and that might be one that I might invest with. That might be my edgy dark deck. So guys, And the last deck, and again, this one is also one that I may or may not get. I am trying to be better. I don't know if I'll participate in the 31 Days of Tarot next year because I'm trying to be good. I know, famous last words, right? And it's just January. It's only January. I'm already looking at like 5. But this is a cute one. The Golden Girls Tarot cards. You know, tell your future from the lanai. The subcategory alone kind of got me, and it looks really adorable. It is based on the television show The Golden Girls, and goodness knows, and again, just like I said before, if you are going to do a tarot deck on something, I kind of prefer that it be a subject. There's some great TV shows that had long runs that, you know, went 7 to 10 seasons, where you might, you know, like you could easily have like a Simpsons tarot probably, but with something like the Golden Girls, I do think that you would have to be a huge fan of the show, and it would just have to have enough subject matter, and it being more of a comedy. But the thing that I loved about that show is that it really did have some deep moments, but it being more of a comedy, I'm not sure how if I'd really go for that one, but what kind of got me anticipating it, or at least wanting to see the flip through at some point, was the fact that they had Sophia as Judgment. And I just thought that was great. And actually there's an image of that. I'll show you real quick. And yeah, isn't that great? And I thought that was cute. And again, all respect to the artist, all respect to the publishers, but that might be one that I look at because it's just kind of fun. And, you know, if any other ones, I mean, this is a lot of the ones that we're seeing now are just through till June. If more come out, that would be something that I'd look at and see. But there you go. That was my top 5 most anticipated decks of 2020 so far. I might go for 1 or 2 of them, probably the Jane ones, definitely. But I hope you enjoyed. And if we are doing a post a day, you probably won't see my face too much anymore, but I appreciate you checking me out. And then, but starting tomorrow, we're going to do, so tomorrow will be day 7. If you want to join me for that, it is going to be, what is the tarot card that stalked you in 2019? Ooh, that's a tough one, but I've got one in mind. So I hope I see you then, and I'll see you later. Bye.